Good morning. A bit about me, J. Mangano, and my company, Devrite Homes of Distinction. As someone who was born and bred in the country, I would like to think of myself as someone with good, old-fashioned country values. This is a picture of me in front of the tractor on the family farm. Me in the red socks taking a smoko break from operating my 400-tonne face shovel at Argyle Diamond Mine, where I met my husband Ron in the mid-1980s. And on the right, that's my Australian award that I received from the HIA Business Partner of the Year. I like to get involved in the industry, being an active member of the Master Builders Association, the Housing Council, the Housing Industry Association, World Class Australia and West Builders. I have been a judge for the HIA and currently I judge for the MBA. This is my family, my son Riley and his girlfriend Marta, my husband Ron, and my daughter Greta and her boyfriend Isaac, who are currently living in Japan. My interest in the construction industry started as far back as the mid-1980s. I started buying and renovating houses, buying and subdividing blocks of land, and doing residential developments. Then, in the mid-1990s, with 10 years' experience, Ron and I started building new homes under the Gretley Group banner. We continued doing this and expanded our operations to include larger and more complex renovations for clients all over the metropolitan area. At the same time, I studied commercial law, accounting, and of course, building and construction. In 2003, with increasing demand for trustworthy quality builders, we incorporated Devrite Constructions as a brand. We hit the ground running and before long became recognised within the industry as a building company with a difference, a company who cared, and a company with a culture of pride of workmanship. Before we even started our building company, the very first step for us was to have a clear and precise vision of how we wanted to be seen. Then, and only from here, could we establish what we needed to do to maintain an ongoing working culture. Devrite Homes of Distinction is committed to maintaining its company culture of a pleasant, safe work environment which promotes pride of workmanship, cooperation and trust. Culture is the way each individual within the organisation behaves. Every single thing they do serves as one more building block in the habit patterns that make up the personality, the culture of the group. Culture is one thing, maintaining a shared culture is another. In order to establish and maintain a consistent company culture, it is imperative we have commitment from every individual that contributes to that culture. We do this as part of our employment strategy. Every employee, every subcontract, every consultant signs off on our shared value. This is mandatory. This allows me to make the following commitment to every one of our clients, and the commitment is simple. We at Devrite put our clients' best interests first. A glimpse of some of our past projects. We at Devrite have undertaken many complex builds. We have built below the water table. As you can see, this is a project across the road from the river, and despite assurances by geotechnical experts that there was no water within our excavation zone, we found otherwise. During a brief period when we turned off the dewatering pumps, within hours this whole structure was underwater and not visible. The application of a specialised rubber waterproofing membrane. All of this area will be 1.5 metres underwater when the dewatering pumps are turned off for the final time. You will be happy to know this house has never had any issues with water leakage. The final product, a magnificent 3-storey home with sweeping views of the Canning River. The clients are over the moon and often invite us over for coffee. After owning this block for 13 years and approaching several other builders, the owners came to us, a somewhat difficult site with restricted access, a large limestone outcrop. Devrite Homes of Distinction made this owner's dream come true. The site before we started, at the top of a hill, excavation, slope stabilisation and rock breaking required careful planning and sensitive negotiations with adjoining neighbours. After a week of clearing and 4 days of rock breaking, the site was filled and levelled with 1.2 metres of clean, compactable yellow sand with just the right amount of clay content. You can see from the pictures how important it is to have compacted subsoil. This allows for cutting out of footings and also for the placement of services. Note the neat workmanship by the rock breaker. The completed home with stunning views. Come rain or hail, this is another challenging site with coffee rock and clay. It is a very bad day in the middle of winter amongst the tall trees. At this time of year, this site did not see sunshine till about 10:30 in the morning. Very cold, very slippery and very uncomfortable, especially for the guy at the front who forgot his jumper. The same site, looking up the hill. The days are much nicer now and summer is on its way. A few months later, we're all done. The clients have moved in and are very happy. A massive undertaking, this subdivision in Sorrento, involved huge amounts of soil to be excavated, soil stabilisation and its retaining. Soil stabilisation at its best, with the wall looking like it's precariously hanging. The completed 3-house subdivision, Mum and Dad's house taking pride of place at the top of the hill, overlooking their 2 daughters' homes, all fitted out and yes, you guessed it, with fantastic views of the ocean. We are very proud of the 12 awards we received for this development. Competing with literally hundreds of builders, we see this as recognition for quality workmanship and the effort put in by our family of craftspeople. Boundary to boundary subdivision. Another difficult site with only narrow laneway access and heavy traffic from adjoining high-rise apartments. We turned this site into an Australia-wide award winner for its owners, taking out top honours, the best of the best from coast to coast. On the Gold Coast, my 2 proud children collecting the award. Wow, look at me now, with my funky rooftop garden and generous living areas, all on a postage stamp block. 2 3-storey homes with hotel-style living, each on only 160 square metres of land. The 8 awards received for this development, finishing with the Australian Townhouse of the Year. Yet another very tight site and a client's wish that almost didn't happen. Mission impossible, or so she was told. This client was told by others she could not achieve her dream of getting views of the city due to height restrictions. Not so, we said. We designed a bespoke loft home which took our client from this 160 square metre block at the rear of an old house in Highgate to a very livable, trendy family home, and yes, with fantastic views of the Perth skyline. Jeremy's house. We have built homes for wheelchair-bound clients who require specific and demanding design elements and flush thresholds. Exacting occupier comfort levels were essential and had to be maintained within very narrow temperature ranges. Devrite, healthy house materials and methods of construction were adopted, right down to the selection of black floor tiles and moisture controls to eliminate mould and mildew. Jeremy's magic viewing roof window where he could sit and look at the birds. Jeremy's bedroom with heat-absorbing black tiles and his hoist allowing access to his bathroom. The awards received for this purpose-built home. We are particularly proud of the Customer Service Award. And a word from Howard Sattler from the media. As an active member of the local home building fraternity, Ron and Jay have established an awesome reputation amongst their clients and their colleagues. Their knowledge and professional attitude is an asset to Devrite Homes of Distinction. The proof of their attention to detail and customer satisfaction is reflected in the 52 awards Devrite Homes of Distinction have received from the State and National Housing Industry Association and Master Builders Association. The benefits to our clients: a quality built home, a home they will be proud of. There is no substitute for honesty, experience and established work practices. Ron and Jay Mangano, our commitment to our clients. We at Devrite put our clients' best interests first in every decision that we make. To finish off, a word from our structural engineer, Mike Lally. Mr. Mangano has always demonstrated a drive and enthusiasm for his profession which sets him apart. He has demonstrated an in-depth understanding of all facets of the construction process. He has shown a clear understanding of structures and has always worked well with our structural design staff in developing cost-effective solutions and overcoming technical problems on site. I consider Mr. Mangano to be a person with the highest level of organisational skills and has always set himself the highest of standards in building, as evidenced by the very high quality of the finished projects. I consider Mr. Mangano to be a person of the highest integrity and unreservedly recommend him as a person skilled in his profession. If you would like to know more about Devrite, you could give me a call on 9361 1131 or on my mobile 0412 00 5416. Drop me an email at j@devrite.com.au, or maybe you just want to check out our website devrite.com.au. And just for the record, our building registration number is BC11550. Thank you and have a wonderful day.